So are we living in an Elon Musk video game simulation? That's the subject of today's video, and have a look at Elon Musk talking about going to Mars.
The key to making life multiplanetary and being a true spacefaring civilization is full and rapid reusability, so that you don't have to get a new rocket every time you want to fly somewhere. We live on a planet where the gravity is, Earth's gravity is high, and we have a dense atmosphere. So if this was a video game, it would be set on extreme difficulty. So, like, it's very extremely difficult, but not impossible. So, I'm confident
So according to Elon Musk, it's extremely difficult, but not impossible. It's just like being in a video game. And every day when I make videos and have a chats with you, I feel like communicating to the masses is pretty much the same like a video game, extremely difficult, but not impossible. And I want you to think about the video you just saw, and I'm gonna play a little bit more here, is what is wrong with the video? What do you notice that's wrong with the video? Watch some more and see if you can figure it out.
It will work. Just a question of how many attempts we need to make it work, and then make it work really well. And then for building a city on Mars, you need thousands of ships, because you can only go to Mars every 26 months. So Earth and Mars are the planets basically align every 2 years, and you've got a short window of a couple months to launch from Earth. So you need thousands of ships if you're going to build a city. And then the ships can only come back, best case, every 2 years, but realistically more like every 3 or 4. So in order to build a city on Mars, let's say if you're aiming for a million, whatever's, I'm not sure what the right number is for being self-sustaining, but I think it's maybe on the order of 1 million people, and maybe 10 million tons of cargo to build up the infrastructure necessary to be self-sustaining.
So that was Elon Musk talking about millions of people on Mars, thousands of cargo ships. Okay, so yes, that's the obvious one. He's basically talking out his butt. The second part is, did you notice that the video is highly edited? Elon Musk is sped up, right? So his talking speed is sped up, and they remove all of the pauses. This is what Elon Musk sounds like when he's not edited.
If you got to protect the First Amendment, it's not much more important than that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of criticism, and people said, well, that proves he's a huge idiot from a, look, he bought it for whatever, $44 billion, and now it's worth like 8 cents. And
it's not worth 8 cents.
But there's the, but the, yeah, it was essentially to buy freedom of expression.
So that's how Elon Musk sounds in real live and uncut. He basically can't speak. He still talks out of his butt, so that part remains the same. But the point I'm trying to make is, often many things that you see on social media are controlled by Elon Musk, and it feels like we're in a video game because it distorts reality. On top of that, he's also collaborating with Russia Today, which is basically the Russian propaganda piece. This is it right here, guys. RT tweeted out the same exact video that was tweeted on Elon Musk just a few hours ago about the whole Mars thing. These are the same people, again, Russia Today. It's the mouthpiece of the Russian government that tweets out pro-Putin stuff all the time. And frankly, we live in this crazy world. I don't know. Is this the only way to communicate with people these days, is these kind of memes? And there's a couple ways to look at it. One is, if your audience has the intellect of, young adolescent dudes who like video games, I guess you have to use that language. But if you keep using that language, and I'm talking about the language of memes and, cartoons and stuff like that, does that turn us all into basically players in Elon Musk games? So this example here is, we're talking about Godzilla fighting King Kong and the big tech wars. And then I guess Doge is going to win, and that would be Elon Musk tech. That's where we are. But it bleeds into much of what we see out there on social media and the news. This is the White House. This is an actual White House tweet. No, it's not doctored. This is actually what the White House is tweeting out, basically mocking the situation with the man who went to El Salvador, right? Sent by the Trump people. The Supreme Court has ordered them to come back, right? Say, bring back Kilmar Garcia. It was a 9-0 vote. And yet the White House, their response is they're crossing out stuff and make it look like it's written in crayon. And it makes you wonder, like, who's in the White House writing this stuff? Is it Elon Musk? Is it Donald Trump? Running around with crayons, crossing out things. This is another actual tweet from the White House official account. The White House crashers. It's like, do these people hear themselves? Like, do you guys see this? And it's funny because the messages that they're sending, I don't think they realize what they're doing necessarily, or maybe they do, and they're just laughing at the fact that, yeah, we crashed the White House. That's what we do. But honestly, guys, what they're doing is they're playing off people's fears. They're playing off people's racism, and unfortunately, they're reducing us to, again, Elon Musk players in a video game, 13-year-old boys or whatever. And then Donald Trump, White House, tweets out something like this: if it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck, right? But the law doesn't work on probablys. Just because someone has a tattoo doesn't mean they're probably and going to be a criminal, right? Everyone has a right to due process. And this is stuff that I want to emphasize with you guys again. We're not in a video game. We are in the real world, even though Elon Musk and Donald Trump and the White House want you to feel like we are in a video game. I myself do think facts and truth matter. The White House says we are not the same. I do agree. We are not the same. I want to go with the facts and the truth. And I try to look at everything that I possibly can. So, for example, in the situation, they're trying to say, hey, look at Trump. He's hanging out with the grandmother of the children who lost their mom. And I can see that, okay. But did you guys also see this? Again, look at the full story. The children of the who lost their mom are actually suing the grandmother. This is Rachel Morin's children sue grandmother aunt over GoFundMe proceeds. So basically, it looks like the grandmother is out, raising money, getting attention, and then basically keeping said money and not sharing the money with the kids that lost their mom. Rachel Moore and family battles each other in court over GoFundMe proceeds. Guys, look at everything for all of this stuff. But I understand this is the world we live in. It's a Joe Rogan ruled universe. Have a look at this.
Everyone has an automated car.
Yeah, check this out. I'm going to share this with you, Jamie. I did this yesterday in my car. My car just drives itself, dog. Just drives itself. If you have a Tesla, and if I put in my address, I go toot toot, I press these buttons, and it just takes off.
I just push a button, boop boop, my car just drives itself, dog. That's the mentality of the people that we have to deal with, and it makes it really hard to communicate. And I understand there's gonna be a lot of people who say, well, Chris, you're so dumb. Elon Musk is so rich and he likes video games. And what level are you at your video game? And it's like, I mean, how do you answer that? And again, we're sort of feeding into people's fear. We're feeding off people's racism. And these are the kind of things that I try to go through every day to show you what's going on and also try to cut through the lies that are so much pushed by Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and as I showed you before, Russia Today. This is what's going on with the Turkey student. If you guys know, she was basically kidnapped off the street. There was like 6 ICE people. The judge is now demanding that she comes back to Vermont. I believe she's still in Louisiana being detained. The same way the court, again, is ordering Kilmar to come back from El Salvador and bring him back for due process. Same with any of this stuff, guys. Because some people, and I try to make these videos to address everyone's concerns. Some will say, well, but Chris, this person dresses the wrong way. They must be guilty, right? And that's basically, feeding off racism, these kind of things. Regardless of how someone dresses, regardless of what kind of tattoo someone has, you have a right to due process, right? You have a right to defend yourself. You also have a right to, see what the charges are and see what the evidence is. If you want to live in a world where someone can just make up stuff about you, charge you with everything they want, don't even show you any evidence, and then quickly rush you off to prison in the middle of the night, I mean, that is a terrible situation and terrible world, and that's Elon Musk's video game. And so I have to establish from the beginning that people like Elon Musk, like, they manipulate reality and they don't tell the truth. And once you understand that, and then you need to be sort of, be cautious and keep your eyes open for the truth at all times. So here's another example. It's an interesting one. This is a JD Vance tweeting out today here. Call me crazy, but if you got 2 hearings and a valid deportation order, then you shouldn't be in the United States. Now, is JD Vance looking at the full picture? Is he only portraying part of what, the reality is? Well, take a look at some responses here. Call me crazy, but if you have a ruling from the Supreme Court, obey it. Shillbilly Vance. Another person responds, of course you're crazy. Why are you and Trump ignoring court order to bring him back? Right? That's from the Supreme Court. Another person writes, call me crazy, but if 2 federal judges, the appeals court and the United States Supreme Court, give you a directive 9-0, by the way, then you follow it. This is where we are, right? We have competing opinions on issues, but one side in particular, the Fox News, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, JD Vance, they don't present you with everything. And again, I just try to show you guys everything that I possibly can and try to, cut through what's going on together. And you have stuff like this. There is complete meltdown in the building. Pentagon reportedly in chaos as Hegseth loses 4 staffers in one day. It's absolutely a mess over there in the Trump administration. I think more and more people are going to be quitting because you don't want to be tied to any of these Trump people. Don't just follow orders. Don't do things that are illegal, guys, and take note of everything that you see. And then on top of that, essentially we have a lot of anxiety these days. I think a lot of it is created by the economic situation and then accelerated by what Elon Musk and Donald Trump plans are. So for example, government jobs insulated DC from economic volatility, not anymore, meaning that government jobs used to be stable, but now they want to fire everyone in the government, and they say so. And they basically, what they say, wow, all these government regulators, they just get in our way of doing our Mars missions and stuff like that. But if you understand that this whole Mars mission thing is based on a lie headed by this crazy person, Elon Musk, who can barely speak. I mean, I showed you guys the unedited footage. And then the messages that they push out by him are highly, highly manipulated, right? Being cut, sped up, remove the pauses, these kind of things. That's who Elon Musk really is. And I just want you guys to pay attention to this stuff because it does matter. The Supreme Court blocks for now new deportations under the Alien Enemies Act. Basically, Donald Trump is trying to use these wartime type of laws to keep accelerating their deportations and skipping over due process. So these are highly questionable things going on right now. Please be careful out there. And again, are we living on Elon Musk's video game? Well, for some people they are being manipulated, but what I try to do is basically turn the video game off on Elon Musk and live in the reality. So thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next video.